everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Joey the Veiled Cottage Witch, and I'm here with one of my very best friends, Bobby from Wild Raven Tarot.
Hey
Introduce
guys,
yourself, tell them what you're all about, and yeah.
my name is Bobby. As Joey said, I am the guy from Wild Raven Tarot.
You're the guy.
I'm the guy from Wild Raven Tarot. I've been a tarot card reader for 40 years, and it is my passion to this day. I mean, as time goes by, I want it more. And just, you would think that when you reach a certain point, you're like, okay, satisfied, I'm good. No, I'm one of those people. I'm voracious about tarot. New decks are coming out constantly, which force the perspective shift in my mind. People ask why I use so many decks, because each deck has a different voice. So if I need to shift voices in the story I'm trying to tell my client, I will. I'll pull a different deck and use its voice. Like, there's a strong difference between the Day of the Dead deck or Dawn of the La Santa Muerte deck, okay?
Right, right.
Between that deck and the Rider-Waite Smith deck,
Mm-hmm.
you know, they have different voices culturally, first of all.
Mm-hmm.
So that's an instance.
Absolutely.
But as far as my channel, I do interviews with people. I have a segment called Behind the Cards. I ask questions based on the 22 major arcana cards.
It was so fun doing that.
Yeah.
I loved it.
Joey has been
it was
on.
great.
And I've had a lot of people, Joey, deck artists, creators.
Sasha Graham.
But Sasha
Did we
Graham.
say Sasha Graham? Oh my God. MJ Cullinane.
She's scheduled. The Chris Butler.
Yeah.
Ken Payne. A lot of good people have.
Essence of the Moon.
Essence of the Moon. Everybody has been very gracious about being on, and I love that the show has been so well accepted.
You inspire me. I was like, one day I'm gonna be like Bobby's channel.
Shut up! I just started last year. I'm trying.
I've been on this is my 4th year, and I'm still like trying to gain that momentum. And I watch you and I watch your channel, and I kind of like, okay, I want to do what Bobby does. I wanted that momentum that Bobby has, and like, you inspire me.
Again, that, you know, you're another person that has said it's pretty impressive everything you do. Yeah, but you forget, you kick that first pebble, and from then on, you're kind of running down the hill trying to, you know, just more things build up, and the show takes off on its own. So pretty much, I'm not really trying to do a whole hell of a lot. Life is taking me in directions all on its own, and I'm grateful.
I can see you having this as a full-time career.
As long as I can continue to help my clients. Take my regular clients.
Sure.
I do this professionally outside of YouTube. I am a professional tarot card reader.
You're an amazing tarot card reader.
Thank you.
Amazing.
As long as I can continue to service my clients, I'm happy. I can do this online. I have fun doing it.
Yeah. Awesome. So the setup for today, I have a deck. The Raven Stream Tarot by MJ Cullinane, speaking of. And the deal is, this is another 3 a.m. epiphany. It's always that. Just like my 1 card and 4
We were
decks.
just talking about those thoughts that grab you out of nowhere.
The 1 card and 4 deck series was a 3 a.m. epiphany. I'm like, what if I did this? And here I am, like, almost to the end of the swords, and then I do pentacles and then the major arcana. So I don't know what I'm going to do after that.
Behind the cards was the same thing.
Yeah.
It came in the middle of the night. Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to draw a card and kind of just talk about that until we get to 10 cards. And then Bobby is going to read those 10 cards as a reading for himself. I'm so excited. So I wanted to do this on film to kind of get his reaction. So because he is Wild Raven Tarot, today as another early birthday gift, I got him the pocket size of the Raven's Dream Tarot. It's coming, and you have to have it. I'm sorry, but it's coming, and it's yours. It's in the mail. You can't stop it now. So you have to have this deck. I'm sorry.
You did this on air.
I did. Twisting my mustache. Yeah. So you have to have it. It belongs to you. It's beautiful, and you are beautiful. So let's draw a card before you get too emotional. All right, I'm gonna draw a card. I know you like the pocket size too because your hands.
Yeah.
Death. Death. Look at this badass card. All right, let's talk about endings and beginnings and transformation. Talk about.
There's several cards in tarot that signify endings. There's all the tens of the minor arcana. There's the Wheel of Fortune, which signifies a natural change of events.
Mm-hmm.
There's the Death card, which is death with specific rebirth in mind.
Yeah.
And then there's the Tower card, which is just pretty much a type of death, which is destruction and ending, forcing you to rebuild on your own. And then there's the World card. This one specifically talks about, at least to me, the rebirth aspect of it. There's Judgment for rebirth, and there's the World for rebirth. Those ones are powerful cards to me. So yeah, I think just because of the life I've led, when you get to a certain point, you stop looking at the trauma of endings and start looking at the possibility of rebirth.
Yes.
So I think that is why this card is so important to me.
Yeah.
Everybody, like in the card itself in the RWS, death isn't evil looking.
Mm-mm.
He's just performing a function.
Just doing my job.
Yeah, so if change is going to be there, don't run away from it.
Yeah.
Face it, plan your next step, pivot, basically.
Yeah.
Pivot.
What do you think has been the biggest transformation in your life that you've had, if you can speak about it?
My ego.
Oh, wow. Wow.
Before 2016, I was an arrogant little fuck. I was a great nail tech. Excellent nail tech. And,
how'd they do yesterday?
Well.
Okay.
They do. You can see you just got to film. I felt so good that I didn't want to give my clients away to the hair people anymore, so I went back to school for hair and started doing it myself, and I was good. But
you got greedy.
Yeah, I got greedy. That's exactly what happened. Yes, I never really looked at it that way, but thank you, Joey.
What a friend's for.
But my ego started going off in the wrong direction, and what happened, being a servant of the gods, to me, the gods decided to put me in check.
Knocked you down a peg?
A lot of pegs. What happened was I developed an illness which caused me to get a brain tumor, brain lesion.
Oh.
And I had to have surgery, which left me unable to work in that field anymore. So it changed my whole...
Wow.
My ego was gone.
Wow.
In one swipe. But because of that, I realized I can either sit here and wallow or, put a gun in my mouth or something stupid like that. But or I could remember that I'm an energy being and that all this is bullshit illusion. So I leaned back into my tarot work hard and my learning, my witchcraft. And then COVID hit, which was another rough spot for all of us.
Talk about pulling the wool out from under us all.
Yeah, so anybody who's been to the beach and gotten knocked over by a wave,
Ugh.
you're knocked on your ass, but then the next wave comes and hits you before you're able to stand up. That's what it felt like.
Absolutely.
And I know it felt like that for everybody in the world, but I was lucky enough to catch a Chris Butler video online. And while I was, all tarot people watch YouTube videos. It's just a thing we do.
We have to.
It's a thing we do. But I just loved, and he was the same thing in lockdown rather than wallow. He put out a lot of educational materials. And I wrote to him and said, your videos are awesome. Thank you so much. You're fantastic. Love it. Well, he wrote back and we became friends. So
that's so awesome.
He's one of my dearest friends. In fact, I'm talking to him on Tuesday again.
Nice. Nice.
You just got to pivot.
Yeah.
New things come out of destruction, like the Tower card can destroy things, but it's up to you to rebuild it.
That is my favorite card.
The Death card is that rebirth to me, that it's the Judgment card. They're both kind of the same card to me a lot of the time.
Yeah. It's a rebirth and an awakening.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, I think that's a good point. This is the rebirth, but that awakening comes in the Judgment card.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so that's that.
All right, your turn to choose a card. That was so dramatic. Oh, I love it. That was awesome.
The Five of Cups in reverse. Your turn.
Oh, you got two here.
Oh, no. Five of
Your
Swords.
Choice. Your choice.
That one was the one.
All right. Five of Cups in reverse. To me, I'll show you it upright. Beautiful. I love this deck. As you can tell, it's one of the decks I use the most in my one card and vortex. But when Five of Cups is reversed, I always think that grief cloud is lifting. The depression is lifting. You're crawling out of the muck. So can you talk about a time where you brought yourself out of a deep, dark time?
Oh.
Wow, we're getting deep.
Gosh, I don't mind getting deep. Here's the thing about my tarot style of reading. You've seen it. I don't just read the cards. I put myself in the narrative. I will relate to my client by relating my life experiences with them.
I think that's important to do.
Yeah, it is. But a lot of readers don't want to open up that way and share that part of themselves. If my client knows I understand where they're coming from, then it makes it easier for them to get what I'm saying. A time. Tell me the wording again, the verbiage.
When you had to crawl out of a deep, dark place in your life. When you pulled yourself out of that depression.
I guess the biggest one would be after I had to rebuild myself. My identity was destroyed on so many levels. You got to remember at that time, all my friends were hairstylists and nail techs, because I saw that's all you do is you work. So
you lost a lot of friends.
I lost all my friends, and then I was in Narcotics Anonymous for 20 years, and when I made the decision to start smoking weed again for the pain and nausea, I lost the rest of my friends. So that was that point. So I was at my lowest. But when I started losing everything around me, I realized this isn't natural, first of
Yeah.
all.
Yeah.
Shit like this is not natural. So it made me stop and think, okay, before you lose everything, what are you supposed to learn? What are you supposed to learn? And um, I shifted that emotional bullshit that I was facing into, and I still felt it. I was still dealing with that loss and trauma, but now at least I had the star card energy to guide me. The Hebrew letter for the star card is Sadi. It means fishhook that draws you towards spirituality. So that was my lifeline.
Yeah.
You know, I was just letting the goddess guide me and take me where I needed to go. Hecate and Hermes are my patron deities, and one is about transition and one is about transformation. So, change and movement. I couldn't stay the same. I couldn't wallow. It wasn't allowed. So, I had to shift. I had to calm my tits and pull myself together.
Yeah.
I have a phoenix tattooed on my chest because I need to change. I need to evolve constantly. Or when you stop evolving and stop changing and accept your circumstances, that's pretty much it in my book.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I don't know if that answered your question.
Yeah. You did. You're good. All right.
I'm noticing a theme here so far.
I know. 8 of Pentacles. Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That. So, how'd you develop your skills? How did you sharpen that mastery?
See, here's the thing. Here's where that arrogance that got wiped away.
It's an arrogant card, so you can talk about it.
Here's where that arrogance was useful. Because I needed to be the best. I needed to understand. I didn't want to get caught with a question I didn't know how to answer. I needed to, don't judge. I needed to be better than everyone around me, basically. So it was learning traditional meanings, learning alternate meanings, learning possible meanings, looking at this, that, the other.
How many books on tarot did you read?
Oh, fuck me. I was in Mesa and Phoenix at the time. They got a pretty good library there. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. And I didn't appreciate what I was learning. I was learning it for the wrong reasons. But like I say, the gods will give you so much rope before they hang you. And yeah, it was time I stopped pussyfooting around and dedicate some time to backing up what I said, basically.
Right.
Backing up the bullshit that I was talking about. I needed to live the life, not just live it because I was able to. I know.
Right. I mean, knowledge is knowledge, but until you apply it, it's just there. I mean,
once I got past the thought of having to be better than anyone else, the same energy that drove me as a nail tech. All those fancy videos you see on TV, except the magnetic stuff, we didn't have that. But all that cool stuff you see, I used to do that. And so I had to find a new craft. Hermes is the god of craftsmen. So I leaned into resin work. I leaned into things I could do with my hand and touch and learn. I leaned into knowledge. And I started defining not only what type of reader I was and what type of witch that I was, but what type of human I was. You know, and I'm still a piece of shit at times, but that's part of being human.
Yeah, we're all human. We make choices
Yeah.
that aren't the best, but then we also make really good choices.
I make some freaking awesome choices. So anytime you hear me say, yeah, I screwed that up, you'll also hear me say, but man, did you see what I did over here?
Self-finds are always
Yeah.
good,
Constantly you'll see me do that.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah. Awesome.
All of these so far, I will not stay the same. I will evolve, I will change, and I will work hard at anything I apply myself to.
Yeah. Very driven.
I love the word in this card.
Yeah. Well, your turn, yes.
The Emperor in reverse.
Nice.
We've been talking about ego.
Show the crowd.
So here is the Emperor right side up. And this is the way it came down. We've been talking about ego an awful lot today. This is broken structure, broken ego, broken authority.
Damn the man.
Yeah, this is, in the context of this reading, this is not surprising to see. The Emperor's energy is very structured, authoritative, in charge, arrogant, which is what I was. And in case I didn't say, I developed coccidioidomycosis out here. It's valley fever. In Arizona, it's very common, but people with a normal immune system get it. They'll have the flu type shit for a day and over it. Me, I have compromised immunity. So it gave me lesions in my lungs, in my brain. It's disseminated throughout my organs. It's just, I'll be on medication for the rest of my life and possible operations in the future. But it destroyed my ego. And if it would have happened any other way, if the gods would have tried to say, it's time to get your shit together, it's time to do this, I would have honestly at the time been like, yeah, okay, I'm on it, yeah. So, well, that's unacceptable. And I think I needed this downfall. That was my tower moment. That was, there's been a lot of other things in my life. I led a rough life of my own choice. I wanted to be the fool's energy. I wanted to go out and explore. I wanted to be rebellious. I wanted to live my own life.
Nonconformity.
Yeah, but that does come with consequences.
Sure.
And I developed consequences, health-wise and others. But yeah, that's what the Emperor upside down means to me, that broken ego.
I love that blood moon.
That'd make a great tattoo.
Right?
Yeah.
I love this deck. I'm so glad you're going to have it. Yes. All right. King of Pentacles reversed. I love this deck so much. Look at that. Look at all the goldfish. Aren't they beautiful?
I do that. So, what's your question?
King of Pentacles reversed. How important are material possessions to you?
Outside.
And what would you and caveat, what is more important to you than that?
My home and my husband are the most important things in the world to me. I've been with that bastard for 25 years. And I've earned the right to take care of him. And his health is not well right now. And as long as I have safety for him and have what he needs and what I need to be comfortable, I don't give a shit about having things. Possessions really mean nothing. Even the tarot cards that I buy, I give away. I'll keep the ones that I really bond with, but like everybody else, unless you're an avid collector, I find them new homes. Um,
I have some of yours over there.
yeah, I have a lot of yours too. Possessions mean nothing. I don't care about jewelry. I wear these because one is Hecate's symbol and one is Hermes. But I don't drive a fancy car. The possessions are not important to me. They really are not. As long as we have what we need, I'm good. I used to want flash. I used to want fancy. If a new electronic gadget came out, I got it.
I just saw this like 10th version of you, like.
Oh God, yeah.
In like fur.
Yeah, it wasn't that far off. Remember, I was. No, I was very professional looking. I wore ties and long sleeves and vests. And,
Nice.
I was cute.
Like a yuppie pimp.
Yuppie pimp. Yes, I was a puppy. Yeah, possessions, absolutely not. They mean very little to me. The only thing I demand quality on is my telephone because I use it so often.
Same.
And it's part of a business tool.
Yes.
Outside of that, not really. No.
Good. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. All right. It is your turn, I believe. Yes. I love that card so much. Oh, God. See, these
It's
are
my
so,
hands, Joey.
No, the soft matte rose petal finish. I don't know how many times I meant to draw one, and I drew like 2 or 3. Oh, I love that card so much.
I do.
Rawr.
That's awesome. And she's
Cage
right. These
ones.
cards are like butter.
They're like butter. I don't know if your pocket size is going to be like that or not, because these are out of print now. So.
The Page of Wands. This is new beginnings. This is when I had to start rebuilding my life and learning something new. But I still did it in a flashy way. I was still ego-driven at that point, and that's why when I threw myself back into tarot, I threw myself into the aspects that 98% of the people who study tarot aren't really going to pay much attention to.
Right.
Or maybe that's a high percentage, but I'm talking about a lot of people deal with the astrology, yes, but I want to deal with the Kabbalistic aspects. I want to know why that 10 of Pentacles is on, or that Tree of Life is on the 10 of Pentacles.
Right.
I want to know why there's Hebrew letters on a lot of the cards. I want to know, all that stuff. How to count with the tarot cards. I needed to know. At that point, it was like siphoning gas. Yeah, I was trying to get the knowledge at first, but then it just developed on its own. And what I was talking about, running down that hill, it takes on a life of its own. And then one minute you're like, I think I'm going to look into this. And the next minute you're like, what happened to the last 10 years?
Right.
I've been, what?
Right.
So, yeah. even though I was a tarot student for at that time 30 years, but now the past 10 years have been hardcore submersive studies.
Yes, I always think the Page of Wands is so passionate about learning. And it's just like they're so excited to learn. They're just vivacious about it.
And looking good in the
Ferocious.
process.
So ferocious about learning. They're just, ugh. That's me. I always want to learn something new. We were talking about how you're teaching me how to incorporate astrology into tarot. And I have just full on dove in to incorporating everything into astrology.
It widens it up a little bit, doesn't it?
Oh my gosh, like crazy. I'm really, really, like, I learned how to, like, read a chart.
Yeah, she's taking it way beyond
I'm
what I
independent
do.
studying.
Oh my gosh, no. All I wanted to teach her was how astrology relates to tarot. But as I suspected, Miss Joey and her Aries energy just went for it. So yeah.
I was born in the year of the tiger.
I'm going to say it. I was born in the year of the cock. True. Talk
This
about
makes
more
so
arrogance.
Much sense now.
Yes, I am. It gets worse. I was born in 1969. Yeah. So, balance. I'm not talking dirty aspects. I'm talking the arrogance of the cock, the balance of the 6'9", there's a lot in my life that relates to my chart and things like that. Yeah.
That's great. That's great. Is it my turn?
Yes, ma'am.
This one's yelling at me. Ace of Cups.
Okay.
What makes you cry?
Friends.
Aww.
They do. Knowing I hurt somebody, knowing that somebody's hurt me intentionally, I will be angry to their face, but in private, knowing that somebody felt that way really will.
You've never hurt my feelings, not once. I just want you to know that.
I'm honest with you. You
Absolutely.
can only get to the point of hurting somebody's feelings when honesty isn't there, when you're not communicating. Yeah, as long as we keep communicating, we're golden.
We're so honest with each other.
I value
think
my
that's
friends.
important.
I try to do best for them and myself. Yeah, I will only take that so far, though. We're back to that I'm human thing.
Yeah.
You can only get crapped on so long. I'm seeing this. The Ace of Cups is new beginnings emotionally.
Look at the claw coming up, holding that lotus. Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Look at the heart inside the moon.
It's also new spirituality.
Yes.
It's the font of spirituality.
I think I used this in my one card and 4 decks one when I was talking about the Ace of Cups.
The ace is normally shown with that big hand, and the dove with the little round thingy. That's
communion wafer.
Communion wafer. It looks like that. That's the traditional universal symbol for spirit. This is the knowledge that the Page of Wands is learning. What kind of knowledge is it? The Ace of Cups, this is spirituality. This is mysticism. This is connection with the goddess and the god. Primarily goddess because cups. But we've got a new beginning with wands, a new beginning with cups. This is the new beginning with the god. This is the new beginning with the goddess. This is...
See how good he is?
it's gonna get better in a minute.
I can't wait till you read the whole
Yeah.
thing. Like,
I noticed something as it was evolving here. It's
save it till the end.
yeah. Oh, I've been biting my tongue. But yeah, that Ace of Cups is new beginnings, and not only that, it's an offer. It's not you trying to bully your way in, trying to break the door down spiritually, trying to grab everything. This is spirit being offered to you, saying, "Here, come on, I got you, boo." Yeah.
For me, the Ace of Cups is that outpouring of emotion. When I see it, it's like when I met my first grandchild. And I didn't think I could love someone more than my children until I met my grandchild. And it was just like, my heart got bigger. And I didn't think it could get bigger. But it's like the Grinch. It grew 3 sizes. And that expansion and seeing that heart in front of that moon and that expansion that I feel, this is such an emotional card. And that's why I said, what makes you cry? Because I feel it.
Oh yeah, that was the original question.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's what made me ask
She gets me a lot, you guys, because I'm constantly this lump in the throat. Knowing I have good people in my life is so comforting. I will try to hang on to people and situations and relationships until I know it's well past the expiration date, and then all kinds of shit goes down. That's my downfall. That's when people start telling me and warning me of things. Like, I've taken many jobs where people are like, dude, I worked there. Like one of the other places in town that closed down that you know about. I'm crying. Everybody told me, dude, don't do it. Don't do it. Some of my other coven members, some of my other colleagues are like, don't do it.
Yeah, right.
But I did it anyway because I just felt I had to. And I did. A lot of good things came of it, but sure enough, everything everybody warned me about took place. Some things have to unfold on their own.
Yeah.
I cannot go forward and learn things until I've dealt.
Yeah. That was your lesson to learn.
Yeah.
No one else can tell you what your lesson is.
And it's sad for my friends because this is how I envision it sometimes. Hey, how you guys doing? Hold on, I'm going to run face first into the wall over here. I'll be right back. And all my friends all have to sit there and watch me do it. And that's my downfall. But my friends put a lump in my throat. They really do.
We love you.
I love my friends. But
you're very loved. Yep, you're very loved. All right, it's your turn. I feel a good one coming.
Well, first of all,
they're all good ones, though.
I want to point out this card right in the center. This is a 7-card spread we've laid out. If these were scales, this is the centerpiece, right?
Mm-hmm.
So this half over here is all about endings. What kind of ending? The 8 of Pentacles, an ending of my craft as a hairstylist and a nail tech. Right. So let's start at the beginning. This is the linchpin. This is the rebuilding.
Yes.
See the theme here.
Yes.
All right. So now we've got the Death card. First of all, this is change. This is change that was bound to happen. The 5 of Cups in reverse right next to it indicates this is a change that is going to rock me to my spirits. When I see this card, 5s take the suit to its most extreme aspects, right? The 5 of Cups in reverse for me in this situation is taking this loss deeper than it would most losses. So this hit to the core of my being because it dealt with my craft, and my craft was my identity. The next card we have is the Emperor in reverse. This, what I was talking about, the linchpin. This is the centerpiece of our spread. The first three cards, the Death card, the 5, and the 8, are the shaking up part, the loss, the change. The next three cards after the Emperor are the King of Pentacles, the Page of Wands, and the Ace of Cups. These are all more or less positive cards. The King of Pentacles in reverse says that all the things that I valued before, I don't value now. I just don't. I mean, I was one of the first kids on the block to get my fancy Palm Pilot when I was taking classes, you know.
Palm Pilot.
My BlackBerry, my Palm Pilot. Yeah.
I had a BlackBerry. I
Oh
remember
my
that.
God.
Oh my
Yeah.
gosh.
I remember back in the day, I had that portable cellular phone that was so cool. It was this size.
Right. With the antenna.
And I was on the bus making cell calls. I was just, that's the type of. But yeah, I don't value those things anymore. And the next two cards, we've got the Page of Wands and the Ace of Cups. Again, this is new beginnings that I'm not only passionate about, but are fulfilling for the right reasons.
And then you've got this beautiful butterfly here.
More change.
Yeah.
Anytime I see a butterfly, I want to get a good butterfly tattoo. That's
got one on my belly.
Do you really? That's all right. I didn't know that, so I'm not trying to bite her style. But yes, I want to get a butterfly. Butterflies are all about change. Also, they go with that Phoenix energy. And what I said about the Page of Wands being masculine energy and the Ace of Cups being more feminine energy, but both of them being beginnings, this is a different relationship I now have with my patron deities.
Yes. Yeah.
Basically, them coming back to the room saying, "You ready now?"
Yeah. It's time to get serious.
You all set? Yeah. And I'm going to do what I have to do to honor that.
Yeah.
I need to be aware of other people, and I need to be aware of myself. My clients are very, very important to me, you guys. And it's very difficult sometimes to not think about their situations at 3 a.m.
Yeah.
But
3 a.m. epiphany.
yeah, well, obviously we're human. And yes, as readers, we can't carry that energy with us. But as humans, for our brothers and sisters that we see in pain, we're like, oh man, I don't want to think about this. I'm releasing it to God's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gotta send just good energy to them and just wish them well.
I just see scales here every time I look at this. Here's another thing. I'm gonna move your cards slightly.
Okay.
We've been talking about the murder of crows. What was it? 1 for sorrow, 2 for mirth, 3 for funeral, 4 for birth, 5 for rich, 6 for poor, 7 for the witch. I can tell you no more. Great spread! I love this. So if you were going to read that, you can read it that way too.
So are we stopping at 7 then?
Yeah, that's
all right. There you go.
Thank you for joining my therapy session.
He's like, no more. I'm done. Stop.
No, I don't like talking more about it. But yeah, as far as this spread goes.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Do you love this deck?
I do love this deck. It is gorgeous. And
there's so many layers to it. Every time I work with it, I discover something new. There's just so many layers to it. So many things just pop out. And I think that's so great because you're never going to get the same reading twice. ever.
Yeah.
Love that. Love that.
I love that about tarot. No matter, you're not going to get the same reading because the same combinations aren't going to come up in the same spaces.
Right.
But even if they were to come up in the same spaces, you're not going to get the same reading because your energy is not going to be the same and your client's energy is not going to be the same. So it's going to put a different spin on it for you. I love that about the tarot. It's universal as far as I can see. You know, it touches everybody, and the fact that people have such a negative view of it, this.
I think they're starting to come around. I think because we are so accessible now. We are on TikTok, we are on YouTube, we are on Facebook, we're on Instagram, we're everywhere.
I'm thinking of starting TikTok videos. I don't really.
I talk too much. I can't make them short enough. You know it's true.
I wasn't expecting that.
I can't do it. Yeah, I can't do it. So, I'm going to ask a few more questions. If that's okay.
I don't care. Yeah.
What is your favorite thing about reading tarot? Like, what makes the goosebumps for you? Like, what is your favorite thing?
Honestly, there's the normal answer of helping my clients because it helps myself. But the selfish answer is that I feel my family again. When my spirit guides help me with a reading, I do a lot of work with my ancestors, my aunts, my cousins, my grandmother, my other ancestors that I've never even met. But I feel that connection when I'm reading cards. Specifically, there's a few decks. The skeleton tarot from my cousin who passed. As soon as I opened that in the video, when I did the unboxing, you could hear me talk about that. That I feel he's willing to work with me with this deck.
That's awesome.
Because as soon as I saw it, I heard "Dang!" in my head. It's just decks along those lines. I have one that I only break out when I feel that one of my aunts is going to get involved because it just reminds me of her. But that's the selfish reason, because I get to feel family again.
There is nothing wrong with being selfish. I think that there's not enough, and I don't like that word selfish. I like the word selfful, because not enough people are full of themselves. And I don't mean that in a derogatory way.
Oh, I was going to say, I'm not full of myself.
I mean that it's my tagline at the end of my videos. You know, live your best life and live for yourself. If you are living for yourself, then you will be living your best life.
I need a good tagline. That's good advice. I should leave people with a good thought.
Because I don't believe that if you are living your best life, then you're not being selfish. You know, you're being guided.
That's what I feel a lot of the time. I'm being guided. And
yeah,
any delays I have had in my development spiritually, I feel were kind of intentional on some level with some deity somewhere. I think if I tried to learn that, I would have been stopped in some way.
Yeah.
You know, we've been talking about astral projection work, astral travel. And it's something that I've never wanted to do because I read a stupid book and I put a stupid thought in my head once. And because of that one book, decades, I've avoided a part of my spiritual work. And Joey, who, you know, the ever-loving friend who's supposed to say, it's okay, Bobby, no problem, grab me by the ear and say, okay, so what we're going to do? And now we're going to be working on astral travel. Yeah, she's going to get me past my block. And I value that friendship.
We're going to do some energy work. And we're going to just kind of work on opening that blockage in his solar plexus. We're going to work on that fear block. And we're going to practice some safety. We're going to ease into it. We're going to work on some protection magic. We will ease into it. I'm not going to throw you in the deep end.
And everybody out there saying, nothing's going to happen, don't worry. I know that up here, okay? I know that. I'm aware that your aqua cord,
I'll be holding your hand the whole time.
I understand that spiritual cord isn't going to break. But you didn't read the book. It was really well written.
I want to know what book this is.
It was called, gosh, I think it was an author with C.J. Lewis, Dark Sun Rising or something like that.
Was it fiction?
Yeah, science fiction. It was man had landed on a foreign planet.
Fiction.
Well, yeah, but listen, man had landed on a foreign planet, but what they didn't know was the planet had a consciousness, and it was manifesting their fears like magic. And so over millennia, the people developed methods of working with it. They became sorcerers and mages. So it's a very cool book, and it was very well written. That's all I'm saying. Yes, Joey.
It was made up.
I wanted to read it again, but I'm not because of that stupid chapter right there. And it was only a page, too. No, that is something I've got to get past. Until now, I haven't really faced it because there's been really no need.
I can't wait to get you on my massage table and clear all that shit out.
As I have a rumbly in my tummy.
Yeah. Lord. All right, what do you want to tell our viewers about how they can get a hold of you, how they can book with you, and do you want to talk about that card?
Well, I noticed there was kind of a split there, and I wanted to see what this was and what this was.
Well, go ahead.
What was the like the gap on one side of the gap and what was on the other side of the gap. And it turns out it's the Five of Wands. I do that in reverse.
Ooh, the end of chaos.
And then we've got the Queen of Pentacles.
Love that card.
So, yes, there's an end of chaos into a better thing. We've got better finances. The Queen of Pentacles is Taurus energy.
Every time I draw the Queen of Pentacles, I think about Allie Johnson.
Yeah, I could see that. So yeah, I wanted to see what kind of challenge there was to be met. And this doesn't look like a challenge, really, just a confirmation that even though something has ended, something new has begun.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I'd like to say I'm trying to read into it, but
it's obvious.
So yeah.
I'm glad the chaos is over.
Me too. I love this card, you guys. Oh my gosh. Look at. They're all squawking at each other. That crab right there tells me they're very emotional about it.
Yeah. Yeah. You gotta show them the Queen of Pentacles.
Oh, didn't I do that? I apologize. I'm sitting here staring at them. Look at that. She's got it in her mouth. She's got control of things. But is that an octopus? That is an octopus.
Many reaching hands.
Okay, good. Okay. Oh, well done.
There are poppies all over these decks too. I really love poppies.
That's my birth flower.
So glad you're getting this deck.
I noticed when I got the other MJ deck, there was a lot of poppies in it, and I talked about it on the video too.
Mm-hmm. Yes. Puppies. Puppies will help them sleep.
That's because it's cocaine. What you're doing is getting them high. No, just kidding.
Yes. So talk about how they can reach you to book with you and what you got going on. Talk about tomorrow and all that stuff.
Well, tomorrow, first of all, I am joining Joey at the Bisbee Marketplace.
I have to Vale Cottage Witch.
At the Vale Cottage Witch stand, where she helps people with all their magical needs and products there. And I will be reading tarot. I did it last week, and it was a great day.
It was a blasty blast.
It was fun. Look for us, the beautiful purple booth. So, as far as how to reach me, you can email me at robertfierrotarot@gmail.com, or you can contact me at wildraventarotaz@gmail.com.
All that information is going to be down below. Don't worry about trying to write it down as you hear it. We'll have all those details down below.
Yeah, and if you're interested, what I'm planning on doing is doing online seminars coming up. So please keep a lookout. I will be announcing events soon once I nail some things down.
Yes. He'll also be doing some workshops here at the Covenstead, teaching Tarot, and maybe I can talk him into some other things.
Yeah, all that studying led unexpectedly to the tote deck. I was not planning to go that route, but it incorporates all those aspects, the Kabbalistic, the Hebraic.
I find it fascinating. I thought I'm never going to learn the tote deck. I am a Rider-Waite-Smith person, but I'm absolutely fascinated. So
it's a whole different type of energy. It really is.
It's beautiful.
And once you get past
it's amazing.
him, once you get past the thought of what a douchebag Aleister Crowley was, he was not a good guy.
But the deck is beautiful.
Yeah, the deck is beautiful because of Lady Frida Harris.
Yes.
He didn't want to do the deck. She had to trick him into creating it.
So we'll just think about her only.
I do. When I think of that deck, I don't really think of Crowley. There is obviously no denying that it is his deck. I mean, he created a whole system of magic to go along with it, or the deck was to go along with his magic system. But get past that. It's a great deck. Yeah, it really is.
Should we draw one more card to leave a thought? I'll do it. Final thought. Four of Pentacles reverse. Open your heart and be open to expansion. Be open to all kinds of things. Be open to astral travel, but be open to... Okay.
I saw that coming a mile away. I didn't have to be a psychic for that one.
Be open to all kinds of things. And, the heart is far-reaching. That's why we have 4 chambers. Be open to all kinds of things. Be open to tarot in your life. Be open to magic in your life. Be open to spirituality in your life. Be open. There are so many things that you can learn in your life in this lifetime. Get out there and explore, because you only live once. So, yeah. Any final thoughts on this one from you?
Well, whenever I see a 4 in the minor arcana, one of the aspects I get is boxed in. In the 4 of Cups, the boxed in feeling comes from the emotions feeling like you're boxed in. With the 4 of Pentacles, it's you're inside the box with your money, or what you value, not necessarily your money. You're holding on to what you value and not releasing it, not letting it go. Seeing it reversed, that you're out of the box, Yeah, and honestly, can you pull one more card for me?
The sun reversed.
Okay. So, both of these together say, even though you're out of the box, your joy is only just beginning. So we're back to that Page of Wands energy, that Ace of Cups energy. It's just the beginning. There's a long road ahead.
We've only just begun by the carpet just popped in my head.
Yeah.
Do you ever have music pop in your head when you're doing?
Constantly. And I don't know if you've seen her channel, but Roots and Waves Ann.
Yes.
She has a channel that she does the show on where it's lyrical tarot. And
wow, I gotta check that
you've
out.
got to check her out. She will not only read cards, but she's reading music. So it's a roulette wheel, and the song will come up, and they'll read the song for you.
I love that.
Yeah, phenomenal. Check it out. Roots and Waves Energy.
Nice. Nice. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. This has been fun. Was this fun for you?
Yeah.
Off the beaten path?
I wasn't expecting it to be quite so therapeutic, I'll admit, but yes.
Well,
this is a very
that's
useful...
what happens when you come into the healer's cottage.
It's true.
Healing does happen. But, yeah.
Healer's gonna heal.
Healer's gonna heal. Yep.
But yeah,
absolutely.
This is a great... I mean, I can't stop staring at the cards, first of all. You guys see me just eyeballing them.
They are so beautiful.
They're beautiful, but it's the message I'm getting.
Yeah.
And I really appreciate it.
So, give this video a like. Please subscribe if you'd like to see more content. Share if you think others would like to watch. And I will have more content, more one card and 4 decks, my magical plant series, and
please like and subscribe
to Bobby's channel. That information is going to be down below. If you'd like to financially support this channel, you can buy me a coffee. That information is down below.
Please check out her website. She's got some really cool.
That is going to be down below. You can book a reading, you can book a service, you can book a class, you can sign up for workshops, you can shop my online store. Please enter the code word, all caps veiled, at checkout to get free shipping in the US. That information will also be down below. Other than that, live your best life and live for yourself. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.
Bye.